So today's podcast is going to be all about a topic that most of us have an aversion to, and that is change. Do you know that the one constant in your whole life, from the day you're born to the day you die, is change? Things will change. It's guaranteed. It's going to happen with or without you. Whether you want it to or not, change happens. And as human beings, even though we think we like it, most of us don't like change. I saw John Maxwell do something at one of his conferences once that stuck with me. He said, everybody fold your arms. Go ahead, people, fold your arms. Right. Well, normally for human beings, when you say fold your arms, it just happens naturally. We can fold our arms. Now do it the other way. Fold your arms the other way. For most people, that feels and looks a little bit awkward because we have a natural way of folding our arms. When we say fold our arms automatically, we know which one tucks in and which one goes on top. To try to tuck the other one in and put the other one on top just feels unnatural. For those of you who like to prove people wrong, let's do another one. Go ahead and clasp your hands like this. Now clasp it so that your other thumb is in the front. How does that feel? Doesn't that feel a little weird? Yeah, it should feel a little weird. It should. Maybe for you it doesn't, but for me it feels weird. It just does not feel natural. Even though it's the same two hands, it just does not feel normal. Why? Because we changed the normal. Every time you change the normal, it's going to feel a little bit weird. And that's the first thing I want you to know. In order for things to improve in your life, change must happen. So before you ever, the year is about to end, and I want us to end this year absolutely strong and amazing and just speeding into 2019 with all our ducks lined up. And I know life is unpredictable, but we can still prepare enough to make sure that 2020 is awesome. All right, so this is what I want us to do. First of all, we've got to identify what are those areas in our lives where we need change. Right? Okay, let's start with the most obvious one, our weight. How many of you could use a little change with your weight? Stick your hand up. Okay, some of us need to gain a few, not many of us. Some of us need to lose a few. Some of us need to lose a lot. But do you know that if your lifestyle doesn't change, then that weight won't change? You can't wish your weight away. You can't pray your weight away. At least that's not worked for me so far. You have to change your weight away. It means you're going to have to wake up a little earlier. You may have to exercise a little more. And like I've taught you over the last 12 months, you don't have to see results within the first week. You don't even have to start a 1-hour workout on the 1st of January. All you have to do is a couple sit-ups. Every day, add a new one. A push-up today, 2 push-ups tomorrow, 3 push-ups the day after. And incrementally, ultimately, you will see the change. So that's the first thing we want to do. We want to identify what are those areas in our lives where we need something to change. For some of us, it's our physical body, it's our weight, it's our health. So then we change our diet. For maybe then it's your finances. How about you? Anybody here can use some change in your finances? If you want more, say more. More. If you want less, say less. Now, don't say less. Just send it to me and I'll take care of it for you. No, all of us could use a little bit of a help when it comes to our money. But I need you to understand, again, you can't wish money into your bank account. It doesn't work that way. Dang it. But you can change certain things. Instead of, simple things like going through your garage and finding all the trash and all the stuff that you put away for years and never even used. Maybe you can sell it on eBay, or you can sell it on Craigslist, or maybe you can have a garage sale and start there. And whatever little you get, use that to do something else. And don't forget your tithe and your offering, because it is the most important way to grow your wealth, is to be faithful to God, and He'll return in blessings to you. So what about in our mental health? How many of us wake up frazzled and go to bed exhausted mentally, emotionally? You are done. You're a wreck. And that's where some of us will need help. And for those of you who are are in that area where you need some help in your mind and your mental stability, and I want to encourage you to join me on our 21-day fast. It starts on January 2nd, 2020, and we will go to January 22nd. Together. My whole church does it. Many churches do it. This is not a new thing. But every day during the fast, I send out a blog every single morning with some thoughts and some of scripture and something for you to meditate on during the day. It makes the time go by a little fast and makes it a little bit easier. And today I only have one, and it's mine, but I'm about to give it away. Why do I do that, Lord? But this is my deluxe edition Jensen Franklin fasting journal. I think I looked yesterday on Amazon to see if I could get this, and it's not even available. It's not there. I mean, I don't even know. There's the hardcover one that everybody sees, but this leather look one is not available. I sold them in my coffee shop and now they're gone, but I have one more, and it's taking fasting to the next level. It's a book and it's a journal, and it's for 21 days of fasting, opening the door to a deeper, more intimate, more powerful relationship with God. I'm gonna give it away on a live sometime this week. I'll tell you when it is. It'll probably be later today. So it's the fasting journal, the leather look one, and it's going to be given away at the end of this sometime during the week. So let's move back right into how to make sure that we affect change in our lives in 2020. The second thing I want you to realize is that bad things only change with change. So first of all, we identified what needed to be changed. And then second thing to do is to understand 100% that those things will not change unless something changes. And so like I said before, if you're overweight, you will stay overweight and probably continue to be overweight unless you change something. So you have to make up in your mind, no matter how uncomfortable it feels to do something different, you gotta know that unless you do something different, nothing is going to be different. In order for it to be different, you must do something different. Here, and I need you to understand that you want to get closer to God, then you've got to read the word and spend time with God. You can't get closer to God by wishing yourself closer to God. Change something, even if it hurts. Wake up earlier. Give yourself permission to change whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever it is that's wrong in your life. Instead of crying about it, griping about it, and begging God to do something about it, get up and steward what He's already given you by making the changes that are necessary. So many of you have said over and over, you say, Pastor Sharo, I love the podcast. It's changed me, or it's affected me. And I sometimes really wonder, but did it? Is all that change the fact that now you have something new to do on a Monday, which is give 30 minutes or 20 minutes to watching something on YouTube? Because none of these podcasts matter if you don't implement whatever it is I'm trying to tell you. And what I'm trying to do is to get you to live at another level, at a higher level, to take your life and your family and your business and your ministry and your calling to the place where God meant for it to be, and not stay stuck where the enemy has had you stuck. So that means you're going to have to make tough decisions for big change. And the last thing I want to tell you, number 3, is this. We don't want to change the insignificant things. You want to change the impactful things, the important things, and the consequential things. And this is what I mean. Say for instance, you have a big issue. You have marriage problems. Your marriage is on the rocks right now. It's easy to say, okay, this Thursday I'm gonna make dinner. I'm gonna light some candles and I'm gonna make dinner for my husband. You know why? Because anybody can make dinner. That's an easy change to make. But the kinds of changes that make lasting impact are not the easy ones. They're the consequential ones. They're the tough ones. They're the ones that mean you put your pride down and you do for that spouse, that person, you do what it is that they are looking for. You ask God to show you how it is that you can make an impact in their life that can affect this marriage. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, like the switching of your arms. You're gonna feel like you're putting yourself down to do it, but big changing in things that are consequential will lead to big differences. I know nobody likes it. Change is always resisted. You know what? Even as a pastor, when I try to implement change, even if it's good change, I'm met with so much resistance. People don't like change. People want to keep things just like they are. But in order to move forward, there has to be some change. It is necessary, it is painful, but it is important. So if I could tell you anything as 2019 is winding down, go ahead and write down those areas where you need something to get better. 2, figure out what's the small but important change that you can make to change that situation. And remember, you'll only see a difference if you choose to make that change. And 3, even if you resist it, do it. Even if it hurts, do it. Make whatever changes are necessary and start now. Don't say I'm going to start in the new year on January 1st. Do it right now. Begin to organize your time now. Organize your scheduling, your life, your thoughts, your relationship with God. Put it back in the place of priority where it belongs. And I promise you, when you start 2020 the right way, it's easier to continue the right way. So some of us, I don't know if you're like me, but I always need a little bit of a push. And that's why I'm suggesting to you that you start now, start today. And that way, when you get to 2020, you've already been doing it for 3 weeks. It's a win. It's not gonna feel like if it's a sudden change, it's gonna feel gradual, but it's gonna be so significant in your life. And PG 2020 is gonna be your best year ever. I love you so much. I thank you for spending this entire year with me. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your family and your companionship and your sisterhood. And I bless you for the new year and for the rest of this one. And remember, if God called you, then nobody can uncall you. This is Fanny. Say hi, Fanny.
Hi.
Fanny is the one who's been doing all our recording all year long for the PG podcast. And everything that looks like a mistake in the videos are not actually mistakes, you know. She put them in on purpose because she's amazing. Hey guys, I want you to go check out on Facebook. You can check out the Parade on Rockaway videos. They are awesome. And Fanny made all of those. And she didn't even ask me to do this, but if you guys, for your church, for your ministry, for your business, if you want a 30-second commercial made, hit her up. She can hook you up for a nice, small, but really worth it fee. You can have her services. So that's Fanny, and you can text her or email her at fanny@hopenyc.com. Is that your email address?
Yes.
Let's dance. This is called the swizzle stick. Go away.
Thank you.
Buddy, this is Shiki. Her name is Michelle. You guys know her all year. She's been the one sending you your stuff when you order from the PG store. She's made the PG store populated. She tells you things are on sale, all the sales. She's the one in charge of it. So if you want to send her gifts, you can do so at michelle@openYC.com. All right, thank you. And speaking of which, I'll take that. What she just brought me is a gift. A gift from one of our ladies, Sally Ann. You could leave that in there too. I'm cool with that. Sally Ann. Sally Ann has a business, Touchstone Crystals, and it's jewelry that's made with real Swarovski crystals. And she donated one piece of jewelry for the PG podcast today. And I'm telling you, I saw it. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even see it. It doesn't do it justice, but the colors on this crystal for these earrings are magnificent. And they're so dainty and so small. So those of you who are not into the big, you know, statement pieces like these, but are more into these, and they're made with real Swarovski elements, you will love this these earrings. And these are donated by Sally Ann. So this week, these all the people who invite somebody to the community, and I know you've already invited all your friends, but I found the best way to invite somebody to the community is to just share it on Messenger. So if you share and anybody joins because of your invite, your name will go into the drawing for the earrings this week. All right, so at the end of the podcast, go ahead and share it to everybody in your in your group, and when they join, we'll ask them who invited you, and should your name come up, your name goes in the drawing. So that will be for this podcast. There's only one male on our team. Hey!
Shut out!
And that was him. You heard him.